there, it's Marcia here on Friday evening, and I'm finishing off these pickles. I finally got to the store, got my mustard seed and my celery seed. Really wishing that I would have gone to Bulk Barn and spent about 1/10 of the cost on buying this in bulk. Did you know that when you buy spices in bulk and then store them in your modular space containers, that you can save up to 80 or 90% on the cost of buying them in the bottle, buying them in these bottles? The packaging, this bottle is 90% of the price of this. So definitely always go to Bulk Barn for your spices, particularly those that you don't use very often. But I'm suspecting that this is going to be an awesome recipe that I'm going to use often. So I'll go to Bulk Barn and fill them up. Okay, so I have my sugar, my white vinegar. Kimberly, you're watching. Do we really need 4 cups of sugar? It just seems like an awful lot to me. So I've got 2 in there, and honestly, it's all I had in my house. So we're gonna do with 2 for the time being. A teaspoon of celery seed, and that consequently doesn't seem very much, but that's okay. Teaspoon of, or that was the mustard seed. This is the celery seed. Teaspoon of celery seed, there we go. 2 teaspoons of turmeric, which is really good for you. Oh boy, just got my step goal, yay. It's really good for you. So 2 teaspoons of turmeric. There we go, 1, 2, that's what makes it nice and yellow. And 2 tablespoons of pickling salt. So filling it up here. Okay, I'll bite. What's the difference between regular salt and pickling salt? Otherwise, pickling is just really coarse. Is that the only difference? This contains no additives, which means no iodine, which is also kind of interesting. All right, so let's just give this a stir. And if you keep stirring here, this is vinegar in here as well, not just water, but it's vinegar. So I'm thinking you just need to keep stirring it until it is dissolved, which is pretty much now. And I'm mixing it in my modular, regular table salt creates cloudy brine due to additives. Aha! All right. The vinegar is strong and or part of the picking. Oh, it might be to cut the vinegar because the vinegar is strong and or part of the pickling process. Well, all right. Hey, Susan Olson is watching. She may know that. This calls for 4 cups of sugar and 2 cups of vinegar. Susan, is that excessive amounts of sugar? Or should I just shut up and follow the recipe and trust that it's gonna be good? Okay, here's my 1 gallon or my 4-liter container. It's a 4-cup square 3 modular mate, which is kind of perfect. And so I've got this stirred up, and now we're gonna put it all over. And really, cause it's cloudy, this is yellow. They're not gonna tell if it's cloudy. There we go. And it will seem like there isn't enough brine for the veggies, but it will be after 2 days. Okay, good to know. Kimberly is the one who inspired me with this recipe to begin with, so that's why she is the expert. And she says they are awesome. So I will trust her. And you know what? These can be very cost effective as well. That cucumbers are cheap. If you go to Costco, get that big bag of the baby cucumbers. And also, the other thing that I love about it is that all of those pickles come in glass jars, which are okay, I suppose, and particularly if you're going to put them back into the glass jars to put them into your fridge, because I would be tempted, well, I'll actually make this do its thing, and then I'll just take them out and fill up my Piccadilly as I need to. Have to try one. But I like the idea of making your own homemade pickles because then you're not using those glass jars. Glass is not recyclable. There is no market for glass, and so it generally just gets put into big piles and there's no use for it. So minimize your use of glass things because it's a product that is terrible in the garbage. It doesn't ever decompose, so it's just awful to put in the garbage. So this way you can make your own pickles and have a waste-free bunch of pickles. So I'm just gonna let these, there, now with our great seal, we can just give these a toss. So after a couple days, you're right, this doesn't seem like there's all that much, sorry, you went for a little tumble there. Canning salt is best when doing traditional canning versus this being refrigerated pickles. So it doesn't matter. So this, you don't have to buy a whole thing of pickling salt. Good to know. Okay, so no, the brine doesn't, it's just sitting there. It's not very much. So I would think that it probably, you'd want to shake it every day or so, just for fun. Helps wear off calories too. So you're gonna give it, there we go. Get the bend in there, get the side stretch. Okay, it's late, I'm punchy, and I still have muffins to make. So I am gonna say goodnight, and I'll let you know in a couple days just how delicious. Oh, and cucumbers will lose water as it pickles, of course, of course. I'm so glad you were watching tonight, Kimberly. Who needs me when I've got you? All right, you gals have a wonderful evening. It was a glorious day, and it promises to be just as nice tomorrow. So enjoy the sunshine, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.